Hello everyone, my name is Ashish and you're watching another web guy YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn about a feature of JavaScript ES6 that is modules. So without wasting any time, let's get started. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of our videos. As usual, I'm using my VS Code text editor with live server extension installed and I have my console open in the Chrome browser. Now let's go through the file structure as well. So we have our index.html file which is linked to the index.js file. This is our index.js file which is completely blank, and we have our product.js in which we have some demo code. We have a variable and two functions, and we'll use this to illustrate the examples of import and export. Now before we get onto the examples, we need to understand what are modules. Modules in JavaScript helps to modularize the code by partitioning the entire code into smaller and reusable and maintainable pieces. JavaScript allows us to export the functions, objects and classes in two ways: named export and default export. So let's first see the named export. To perform a named export on any function or variable, we just need to write export. Then we'll start the curly braces, and here we'll write the name of the variable or the function or the class which we want to export. So here we can say quantity. While performing the named export, we can export any number of items. Here we are exporting all of them. However, you may choose to export only a few of them, such as only quantity or just quantity and product, etc. Now these variables, the quantity, the product function, the total sale function, will be available to us outside the product.js file. Let's see how we can import it in some other file. So we'll go on to our index.js file, and here we'll write import. Now to import the variables which have been exported by using the named export, we need to consider a few things. The name of the variable should be same as which is being exported. So here the quantity, product and total sale is being exported. So here also we'll start the curly braces, and inside this, suppose we want to import the quantity. So we'll write quantity, and here we'll write from, and then we'll specify the file path of the product.js. So that is product.js. Now if we log this onto the console, you can see that we have got an error. Cannot use import statement outside a module. This is because we need to tell our browser that we are going to use modules. For that, we'll go on to our index.html file, and here we will write a type attribute, and we'll set its value equal to module. And now you can see on the console that we have got the value of quantity. You can see that we have not declared quantity anywhere in this file. We are totally importing the quantity variable from the product.js file. Similarly, we can also import other variables such as total sale and product, and we can suppose say total sale. So we are calling the total sale function. Now you can see that the total sale function expects two parameters, quantity and price. So let's provide that. We can provide the same quantity here, quantity, and let's say the price is 200. And you can see on the console that we have got the multiplication of quantity and price. If you want to import the item using some other name than what is used for exporting, then you can use the as keyword. So here we can say, suppose quantity as Q. So now you can use Q in place of quantity in this file. So here we can change this to Q, and here also you can change this to Q. And you can see that the code works as before. Now there's also another way of performing the named export. Instead of exporting all here at once, we can export individual functions and variables as well. So let's delete this, and we can write the export statement here, export, and you can see that the quantity will be exported We also have to export the total sale. So we can export the total sale. So it says the requested module does not provide an export name product. Okay, so we have to remove this product from here. And you can see that the quantity and the total sale function are now being exported, and we are not exporting the product function. Now let's see how we can use the default export. While performing default export, you have to keep two things in mind. First is that only one value can be exported using the default export. So if you have multiple variables and functions, like in this case, you can export only one value using the default export. And the next thing is that the value exported using the default export can be imported using any name. So in the named export, we had to use the same name as of the variable which is being exported. While performing the default export, we can use any name to import that variable. Let's perform the default export on our product function. To perform the default export, we'll say export default and the name of the variable or the function without curly braces. So here we'll say product, and that's it. Now to import this product function, we can go on to the index.js file, and here we can say import, and we can write product from product.js. Now if you call the product function, again you can see that the product function expects two variables, the name and the price. So we'll provide the name, let's suppose MacBook, and let's set the price to $1,000 maybe. And you can see that the MacBook and 1000 is on the console. Now as I told you that the default export can be imported by using any name. So even if you use P here, it will still import the product function. Just we need to change this product to P, and you can see the same result. The product function is still being called here. Although we can use any name for importing the default exports, however, the convention is that you should use the same variable which is being exported. So here we are exporting the product, so we should import using the product name only. Now modules is one of the most powerful features of JavaScript ES6, and libraries like React heavily uses this feature to keep the code clean and maintainable. Please hit the like button if you learned something. If you are new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.